And so I immediately pressed record, and now I'm gonna do a reading for you all just because I think it's fun. I'm in the mood for it. Did some yoga today and meditated. It's raining outside. It feels awesome. I let my house get a little humid because I left the windows open while it was raining, but things happen. First card out is growth. Growth. It's card 15. I'm really drawn to this purple. So since I just finished a video on talking about our nature and how we naturally are and how that creates the laws that we abide by, the systems, it's the systems we create essentially or agree to. This growth card reminds me of the concept of being hypnotized. And especially right now, there's a big movement. There's a lot of energy being generated, a lot of intention being amplified right now, and a lot of powerful information being spread to and fro. But a lot of us are starting to get into a place of fatigue, of information fatigue and overwhelm, and really being moved outside of ourselves in a way that ungrounds us and separates us not only from ourselves, but from each other. And so what if we figured out a way to break that spell? Like I said, with the Democrats bowing in that article, what really upset me was because that posture is now ingrained in my mind as an oppressive stance, as well as who are they bowing to? Who are they in service of? And so it's super important to really focus on what's really happening, on what's really there. We know universal symbols and images and messages, so let's tap into that and let's get the real information out, not just the words that are being typed out and transmitted and spoken to us through these platforms, but what's really being transmitted to us. And is it hypnotizing us? Is it causing us to take action in certain ways that could actually be detrimental to the individual and therefore the collective? What other things are going on? What are we being distracted from? So what are we being distracted toward too? Something to consider. So really using our wisdom here. We have nature spirits. It came out reversed, so I'm going to read it reversed. But one thing about this is it really feels, it looks like a current in our head. It's like we're the hanged man, and there's something we have to sacrifice, a way of thinking, a way of being divided within our own inner space, even our mental space. There's some type of internal conflict happening. We think that there are only two ways when there's really like a third one, maybe even a fourth one right here. It's like our options are opened up, but the way in which we're angling ourselves, the messages in which we're positioning ourselves like a satellite to receive, have us stuck in this uncomfortable space when there are other choices. So, and it's interesting because this also just feels like it's kind of like off the coast or in another, or in like some type of space. Yeah, so something to consider there. Healer, it's the next card out. Are you using all of your resources wisely? Are you doing things to create healing spaces for yourself and for others? Because that's what the work is. Getting resourceful, getting resourceful. Healer too. Let me think about this. Not just the word like the action of healing, but also consider heal. Heal. Like stop moving forward just for a moment. You know, and then I also think of the dog, a healer. They're very high energy dogs, and so not everyone can easily tame them. And so it's a moment to pause. It's important to take those moments to pause and to adjust and to realign yourself so your satellite can pick up the right signal and not just the hypnotizing one that's being transmitted to everyone at this time. This is about stopping and using all of your faculties, all of your inner God-given resources to adjust, to fix things, to heal things. No job is ever done, and there's no reason for us to rush through something and burn ourselves out in the process. That is not a healing journey. Like I've said before, we could end up creating more trauma if we don't progress forward appropriately and with enough sensitivity to know when to stop, when to go, when to adjust, when to refocus, reorient, recalibrate. We're still dealing with a lot of these retrogrades too, so keep that in mind. You know, we're going back, we're reviewing stuff, we're rewriting it, we're reforming it, but at the same time, we're not necessarily moving forward. We're not trying to push ahead, but we're trying to make it through something and doing it right this time. We are writing it, we are rewriting it. And by writing it, I mean we're taking it to a spiritual level. We're taking it to a vibrational level. We are writing it. This is a sacred ceremony right now on Earth. This is a period of elevation. Courage is the next card out. And with this courage card, I feel you have to be courageous. When you are inspired to do something, move forward with it. You will know in your heart what is right for you. Because it's all about adjusting to your inner rhythm. We all have different assignments. We all have different assignments, and we all hold different frequencies for a purpose. If we were all meant to be exactly the same, what type of creative space would that be? Not very creative, not very abundant now, would it? Because there would be only one type of experience to choose from. And so even in the midst of chaos, there's something to appreciate. Even in the midst of chaos, there is opportunity for harmony and for healing. Sometimes we just have to stop in the middle of the storm, that eye of the storm, and to be able to weather the rest of it and see another bright future ahead. We have the divine masculine in reverse. And to me, this card looks like a person who stands tall and erect. It's a profile. And it's about understanding your own profile, understanding who you are, your characteristics, your gifts, your resources, and staying true to those. Having to do with our identity and who we truly are on the inside and the outside, how we appear to be and how we really are. And understanding that if there's some part that doesn't seem to sync up, that's where perhaps we're not being honest with ourselves. Are you being honest in the ways that you show up? Or are you assuming a certain profile in order in order to not have the waves of change crash upon you? Is there a lack of courage there? A lack of courage, therefore, attempting to seek power and attempting to take power without being just royal and authoritative enough within your own self and within your own sphere to just know what will be given to you and what is yours and what is coming your way. Instead, are you in a state of panic, just trying your hardest to create something? Because if you face challenge in a way that turns you upside down or makes you move backwards in any way, then you're not standing your ground. Again, that heel, that stop, standing your ground, resting. It's not always about the charge forward. It's about the rhythm and the motion that gets us there. Then we have air. This is bringing me back to the courage and the nature spirit card. The growth in the nature spirit cards. And it's interesting because I pulled it out reversed. So maybe it's time to review some of the things kind of going through your head, maybe to cut through it, maybe to gather those things, to sort through these things, these thoughts, these transmissions that we're receiving. Because there's no coincidence that we're in a state of overwhelm right now. Because when that happens, when I'm in an intuitive space and I feel overwhelmed or I feel confused, that is a message in itself. It's not there for me to figure it out. It's for me to just receive it as it is. So take note. If you're feeling a little out there, a little scattered, a little something, understand that that could be the message in itself. That maybe that is the goal here. Not our goal, but a goal, an agenda. I also just think this makes me think of like a tornado too, just a little bit. Like a warning sign. So be aware of that. Ground yourself, gather yourself. Don't allow yourself to go in a million directions. Because in the exploded view, it's very easy for someone to take a part out and for there to be something that ends up missing somehow, that ends up being snatched away. So gather yourself, focus, determine your nature. That way, you know that you're abiding, which laws of nature you're abiding by. Okay, I'll do one more card, sure. I have like a couple minutes. New moon in reversed. This makes me think of that solar eclipse again that we have happening during the solstice. Very exciting. Very exciting. So I feel like, again, like I said with that other reading, that hand coming in, that deus ex machina, some type of penetrating unknown force is coming in to serve us. An empowered, divine masculine, as opposed to a profiled one, a human one. The real divinity is coming in. That real surge, that frequency, and also this aura. And if you're not focused, we need to focus on the quality of energy that we put toward our assignments. Because whatever we invest in something, whatever we invest within ourselves, it is our duty to make sure it is of the highest quality, to treat ourselves as royalty, to treat ourselves as divine. And so your time is between now and this solar eclipse. Yes. All right. That's all I got for you. Bye.